Welcome to Screenwriters Beat! Yay! Welcome everybody! We're back again for our final episode of this season. Dun, dun, dun.
Wow, season 1 down. What?
Yeah, well, I don't know how episodes or seasons go with webisodes or Google Hangout shows, but we've done 20. This is our 20th episode.
So we need to end on a big cliffhanger, is what you're saying.
I know, right.
Exactly.
Who will be back for season 2? Oh, my God.
I don't know.
It's like then the big knife comes out of the corner.
Perfect.
One of those. Yeah. Well, something to think about.
No, it's not. And what?
Is it going to be like Survivor where one of us gets voted off?
No, I want you all back. All of you.
Yay!
Sure you do.
Oh, yeah. I want to. No, okay. Well, please welcome my entertaining and talented panel of working screenwriters. Please tell us what you're up to. What's big news for you, Eric Ingram?
Presently, right now, I'm about to start a rewrite job, and at the same time, which is kind of coincides with what we're going to talk about anyway, is that I'm finishing up 2 other ones. So, got a rewrite job, and then I'm doing 2 on my own.
I like that. Heidi Mastrogiovanni, what you working on these days?
We are taking out A Town Called Peculiar, and in addition to that, I've got some notes on a comedy that I wrote that's female-driven. Yeah, female power.
I like that.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, I expect good news shortly.
Thank you. I hope so. You're so sweet. Thank you, Anne.
Welcome, Margaret Risley. What's going on with you?
I recently did a tryout for an ad agency, pardon me, that has Fortune 500 company clients, and they like my writing, and I'm on their screenwriters list for future work, so that's good. Plus,
excellent.
Lovely.
Yeah. Plus, the rom-com that I had optioned, the guy doesn't think he's going to be able to raise the money for it, so I'm thinking I'll turn it into a TV series, or do a pilot. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, because I've had so much feedback that says it would make a great series, so I thought, why not? Go for it. Yeah, so that's me.
Brilliant. I love that. Nicole Jones-Dion, welcome. What are you up to?
I'm good. I actually had a talk today with a producer on this top secret TV project that I can only infer about. I can't, because of NDAs, I can't tell you any details, but they've started doing the location scouting, and they found like a really creepy location for the shooting, and it'll be awesome. It's one of those like urban decay with lots of rotting, falling down buildings. I love that stuff.
So it's another comedy, obviously.
Right. That's the funny one. So yeah, no, it's cool. I love, it's funny because like I don't know about you guys, but I do a lot of research, and I look at different locations, just to kind of get ideas. And now that I know where they're actually going to shoot, I can go back and incorporate some of that into the rewrites.
Oh,
nice.
It's neat.
Good.
This is when it starts to come alive. Is when you start dealing with
that's
locations.
right.
Oh yeah, you'd rarely get to write knowing the location, so that's great. Yeah, perfect. Well, hi guys, I'm Ann Kimbrough, and I'm actually venturing into a new area of writing. I'm working on 2 TV show ideas, and I'm going to take them to NAFTY. I'm going to go to Miami in January, and I'm going to pitch to executives.
Nice.
Fantastic.
You will have to definitely give us a full report when you get back.
Yes.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
I will. That's going to be an incredible adventure, but I love it. So, moving on, I'm so happy that everybody here is so busy that this is a perfect topic, because today, for episode 20, we're doing juggling multiple jobs. How do you stack those jobs and keep your priorities straight and not go insane?
Sanity's overrated. Sanity.
Just let it go, right? Don't hold on to it.
Yeah.
I gave up. It's just not going to happen. So.
Eric, you've got a lot of projects actually. So how do you prioritize them even?
Eric?
Is that for me or for Eric?
I didn't hear. For me?
Both
Okay.
of you. But Eric, I was wondering.
Okay, yeah, no. Well, first of all, I think it's very important that you must know that which ideas to write. That's first. Every idea you have is not a movie. So why kind of waste months and months on things and you kind of find out. So my first thing is kind of figure out which ones are movie worthy. And then there's a little gestation period where if it kind of fades away, then I know that I'm not going to stick with it for 3-4 months to write it. But if it just every day I wake up and it won't go anywhere, I'm like, okay, all right, so this is something's got to be come out of this. So with that, let's say I get 3 of them. So usually what happens is I'm writing one. I did the outline and all that stuff already. I'm writing one. The one that I'm writing, I put away. And then I start outlining the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like 4 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. That's kind of how I break it up. So 4 hours of the one I'm working on, 2 hours of the outlining, kind of research kind of stuff. And then the third one, I'm still kind of formulating it, so I'm playing around with the outline and synopsis and that kind of thing. So, and maybe the only thing that would change is if I got notes on one, so then I would be doing one with the notes, the one I'm working on, and then the one I'm outlining. So it's kind of break that.
Just keep shifting them. Nicole, I know you have multiple projects going on. Same thing?
Yeah, well, for me, I mean, because what I've started doing is because I do a lot of writing assignments, and so it depends on the deadline of the producer. And some producers are more flexible than others. You know, like this TV thing I'm doing right now, they need the script by December 12th. So I'm like, okay, everything else is getting put on the back burner. That's my primary focus. And I try to have a really good relationship with my other producers anyway, and I'll let them know, like this one that I just got the deal memo for last week, we're in very early stages of development on that one. So he doesn't have a shoot date or anything set up yet. And so that one's a little more flexible. So I always tell everyone else, you know, the different projects I'm working on, so they know where I'm at with stuff. And then in the middle of all that, I try to do a little something for me. So it's like those are the projects I do for other people, and then I have my little something I do for me. And so I'm also in pre-production on another short film that I'm writing and directing myself. So that has a very firm start date, because if I don't give it a start date, I'll never do it. And so that's where the insanity comes in, is not enough hours.
Embracing it.
You just gotta, just live with it.
Well, and Heidi, I know that, so you've had this Town Called Peculiar, a webisode, it's had a long life. Do you also try to find ways to do some other writing in addition?
Absolutely. You know, and yes, I'll pick stuff that is near and dear, and I always do stuff I really enjoy. For me, I can't split up a day. I have to have one day is this, and then the next day is this, and you know, and a lot of times your schedule is dictated by the fact that you're working with other people, and so I work around that. Yeah, what everybody else said too. Ditto. Yeah.
Ditto. Yeah. Margie, are you like one thing a day, or do you stack it within a day?
I like to concentrate on one thing at a time and get one thing finished. But when I go for my walks in the morning, that's when I do a lot of, like Eric's talking about, the plotting and the characterization and getting to know my characters for anything else that's going on. But when I'm at the computer, I like to concentrate on just one thing at a time and get it done. But of course, it depends on deadlines, like Nicole was saying. Yeah, so concentrate, done, move on.
Yeah.
There's a little tool that I use too. I've started using it recently. It's called Toggl, Toggl, and it's almost like a punch-in clock, you know, where it keeps tabs on how long you're spending on each project.
Right.
You have to remember to turn it on. It's not smart enough to know what you're doing. Cool. That's my one complaint with Toggl, is it can't read my mind. But that way I can see, you know, like, so I can kind of space it out. You know, I don't have the luxury of just devoting an entire day to one thing, so I'll try to say, all right, I need to spend at least 2 hours a day, or, you know, just something so I feel like I'm making progress on the things I need to make progress on. And Toggl kind of gives me a roadmap, and I can see which ones I'm neglecting and which ones I need to spend more time on.
That's a great idea, and I do the same. I can't stick to one a day. I have to push them all forward until you get to that point where there's a deadline or you have to. Obviously, you know, if you're on assignment, I'm just doing that. But when it's multiple projects that are mostly me, and then I'm less focused. So focusing is great, and Toggle sounds like a great program.
Sounds great.
To use.
Yep.
It's nice to know where your time is going.
Yep.
And for me too, because the internet is this insidious time suck, or it can be. I feel like when I'm punched in on the clock, I'm a lot less likely to surf around on Facebook, and you know, because then I'm working, I'm on the clock. You know, I can see the little timer clicking, and I
brilliant.
Need to put that.
Unless you're watching Screenwriters Speak, then it's okay.
That's extremely valuable.
That counts. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, does anyone else have something to add on this? I think we've hit it pretty good.
Yeah, I think
you've got to find what works for you, though. Yeah. As long as you're making progress.
Right. I just learned you just kind of do it. The more and more you do it, you just kind of figure out how you work. Like, you know, Anne may work one way, Nicole works another way, Heidi works one way, Margaret works another way, I work a different way. So for me, I know like about 5 hours is really about good. That's about my limit for good writing. Then everything is kind of, I start skimming over things. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, I kind of know the story. I know where it goes. I don't really, you know. Once I get to that phase, I stop. Because that means my mind is kind of fading off right now. It's not intense enough to write this thing how I want to write it. So I hate rewriting something just because last night I just threw some stuff down and today I got to go back. I hate that. Like, I'd rather just stop at a good point and then be ready for the morning and go at it hard again. So that's just how I like to work. So I also know what I'm going to write. That's the other thing, the time frame things that I'm just like, I know what scenes I'm working on today. I know what I need to do, and I go do it. Like, that's kind of very important too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, and kind of to Eric's point, it's like for me, I do, when I'm on deadline especially, I try to set very specific page counts. And I don't know about you guys, but like when I'm writing, I kind of go into like this weird fugue state where I have no concept of the passage of time, and I start, you know, I'm writing in day, and I look up and it's nighttime already, and where did the day go?
What did I do?
And you haven't eaten since morning, and you think, oh, why is my stomach growling?
How does that happen? Yeah.
It happens. Oh, God.
It's kind of like being on the casino floor in Vegas where they're pumping oxygen. And you're like, what time is it? Yeah.
But it's cheaper.
And it's cheaper.
The natural high. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Now you're not making fun of my town, are you?
I love being on the casino. Honey, it's a compliment, please. They give you free drinks and they pump in oxygen. What could be bad?
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because the game I have for us today is called Writer's Roulette.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So another Vegas connection. And what I'm going to do is I have, my roulette wheel is very small. Actually, I have 3 questions. You get to pick question 1, 2, or 3.
Yes.
And someone gets to buzz in and answer it. And if multiple people buzz in, you can multiply answer it. So, Heidi, you pick the number. Which question will be the roulette question? And
it has to be 3's a charm.
3 is a charm. All right, here's the question. And to buzz in, just say buzz, okay?
Oh, we can't.
I was wondering. I was like,
okay, how do you name lesser characters, or do you have a name for everyone? At what point do you stop it and you name, and then how do you name your lesser characters? Eric.
You know what it sounds like. I would say it all depends on what kind of story you're telling. But anyway, let's just say it's a basic story. I would say I always kind of deal with 5 characters. Like, there's 5 main characters, and it's not the protagonist, and there's the friend, there's the, so there's kind of go with about 5. And maybe if a person comes into the movie more than 5 times, I'll give them a name. But if not, I kind of stick to a characteristic and maybe their position.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the shy barista, like something like that. Something like that. And that's it. If they're not, even if in the dialogue you end up saying their name, I won't list their name in the dialogue. in the character name part, just because they're not really that important. They just kind of carry in the scene. You know, the librarian who gives the guy the book, like they don't need a name.
Right. I agree.
I agree.
Anybody else want to late buzz in? We're all
Yeah.
cool. You did well. I am going to now forever destroy this question. It's gone. But moving on, we will have our Q&A. Yet another question, in a way. This is one that came over through the Facebook. It's how do you deal with submitting work in progress to producers? So, like some people, I guess, had a problem with it, or do you wait till you have a complete draft? What's been your experience?
I think it depends on the project. You know, like if it's all cut and dried exactly what is wanted, then yeah, a full draft. But if you're still working on figuring out different aspects of it, then I think, well, my experience has been, do a certain amount, send it in, see if it matches their idea of where you want to go, or like we were having problems with a certain aspect that we wanted to try different ways. So yeah, I was submitting as I went. But then once we got that sorted out, I did the whole draft and sent the whole lot. So I think it depends on the project. That's my experience anyway.
Nicole?
Yeah, I mean, kind of with Margie, it really just depends on the producer. Personally, I don't like submitting work in progress because I have this, I commit the cardinal sin, which is I rewrite as I write. So that first page could be rewritten 100 times. You know, you never know. But the last two projects, in fact, the ones I'm working on right now, they were pretty insistent on, we want to see the first act before you move on to the next one. Or send us the first act. You can keep going, but we just want to read the first act. So yeah, you try to, and usually what they want to see follows like pretty standard screenplay logical story breaks. Like, you know, send us up to the end of the act one or the midpoint or, you know, whatever. They just want to make sure that it's working and moving the way it was in the treatment that they approved. You know, you're not going completely off the rails.
Heidi, you've had that same experience?
Yeah, I think I'm stating the obvious, but let me just do it just in case. And just to echo what Margie and Nicole said, unless you have a project in place and it's part of the process of moving the project forward, you know, my thing is don't ever let anybody see anything that is not in the best possible shape you can get it in. And I think we're probably talking about two different things. You know, approaching someone cold as opposed to being in the middle of a project. So, you know, just that old chestnut. Don't send it out before it's ready.
Right. If the questioner meant a spec, no.
Never,
exactly. Never. Right.
And as we know, and absolutely, just want to echo that. I just don't think it can be said often enough. I truly don't. You have the old cliche. You have one chance to make a first impression.
Right. But if you're working, if you're doing a rewrite, working for someone, you write Eric, then you will be. Then they can see a work in progress.
Yep.
Because they're your partners.
Yeah, exactly. Because you have a relationship and you have a project in place. Yeah.
Yeah. That your experience also, Eric?
Yeah, I think it's just so important to kind of state up front on when you're working with the producer, kind of like how you work or how they want it also. Because kind of for me, it's kind of, there's two phases. Obviously, the one is writing the script, and then the other one is elevating the script for me. And so, like, I like to know how's the story going. Is the story along the lines of what we want? And then when everything is in place, then I go back and I up everything, I intensify. You know what I mean? Like you do the wordsmithing and all that kind of stuff. But I don't do that phase of it until I know this is the story that we wanted to tell first. Yeah. Because there's nothing worse than doing the polish and that, and then go back like, no, this I got to do the whole thing. Oh, I'm like, what do you? Oh my God. Yeah. If I had hair, I'd be like,
I'd pull it out. That's funny.
You know what I mean? So, and I think we just talk. I mean, we could break that down too, but I just think it's very important to know how you work and then ask them like, okay, so if I bring you the first act, do you understand that this is not how the finished product is going to actually be yet? Because I haven't done that. I've had two experiences. One where the director, where the producer was with me on it, and the other one that he just got so offended because he thought this was the work. Like, no, 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 no. This is just what it looks like. I just need to make sure all the story points are in there. I haven't done the thing yet. I haven't done my Eric magic to it yet.
It's so important to clarify because I know exactly what you're talking about. But I found that, you know, if you're working with a producer who's also a writer or has a writing background, they get it. You don't need to explain that to them. But the ones who don't are like, what is this? I don't know, you know. And then you have to be very clear as to set the expectations of what they're going to receive.
Right.
Yeah, clarity. I mean, I have submitted a first act to get the tone right, and then I've had to rewrite just the first act, and then they're like, go on. But I do my Eric magic before I send them anything. I would not send out, even to a producer, a first draft of one act that I hadn't done my magic. Because I wouldn't assume that they would know that. I mean, if you've set that up, sure.
It's just because it's everything to me comes out of character and story, right? So let's say I'm going to add these two twists but these take 10 pages of each twist is like 10 pages of setup, payoff, all that kind of stuff. But that's 20 pages. I'm gonna have to go back and rewrite if it's off. And I'm saying before I go do that, I need to know this is what we want. This is what you want on the page. Now let me go do that, and then you'll see like all the intensity and the action verbs and all that kind of stuff. That's just something that happened to me. I was so turned off when I did so much work for one script before, and it was the kind of like I gotta work better than this. This is crazy. I gotta come up with a better system. So like
I understand that.
Communicate up front. Like if it was your producer and it worked, it's great. But what happened with me, it didn't work. So
my thing is I found that if they've read something and they like it, you don't change what isn't broken, right? So if I haven't done the work I wanted to do, I'm not going to go back and change it because they're already said, this is perfect. Right. And you're like, well, wait, I want to play with it more.
Yeah, you do run the risk of them approving something that is, you could do better.
No, this is true. It's the relationship. That's what I mean. I don't want to just. It's not a blanket statement. It's kind of who you're working with, what kind of relationship you guys have. But I kind of know if you had a page one rewrite and you did all the Ericisms to it, and then they go like, but this story point's off, and just deconstructed the whole story. And I'm like, man, I just put so much time into this.
Yeah. Margie, did we get your voice on this too? I don't want to miss anyone.
I had to say that up front. Yep. Happy.
Oh, cool. Well, hopefully that answered the question. It depends is our answer, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. And then, like even though Eric was saying that you could write a whole lot and they don't want it, but it's all good writing practice. I never feel like any writing is wasted. So, if you've got the time, of course. Yeah.
If you've got the time, yeah. If you haven't stacked too many stories and aren't feeling too insane.
And if your deadline isn't in 2 weeks, then
Yeah, there you can go. Go have fun. Well, guys, we've done it. The end of a season.
Did I miss a question or something?
What question did you miss?
Did all three of them go?
Oh no, that was a Q&A. This is for the other roulette games to come next season.
The cliffhanger. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta let us know that. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, so I was only doing one for the roulette. Otherwise, we'd be here for another half hour, which is fine, but.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
always bet black.
You only get 2 questions next time. What was that?
Yay.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you for a fantastic season. I can't thank you enough, and our fans out there. We will be coming back next year in January.
Yay.
Well, see everybody, and we expect to hear new and incredible things So get busy.
Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that.
Happy holiday.
Happy New Year.
Happy Kwanzaa.
There
Happy
you go.
guys
Get all
next
in.
year.
Rosh Hashanah, get it all
Happy
in. Get it all in.
December. Well,
Yeah.
guys, thank you so much. Let's do a shout out, Eric. Your last chance to say what if you're looking for some work. Let us know what you're looking for. Eric Ingram writes comedy and action.
Yes, indeed. Comedy and action. And my little phrase, I didn't say it at the beginning, but I want to say it now. Here it is. A successful person works until. That's it.
That's it.
Until.
That's
it. How long does a successful person work until?
Okay, gotcha.
That's kind of deep, but I like it. I like it.
I like it.
Heidi Mastrogiovanni, thank you for being here. You're a fantastic comedy writer. We love having you.
Thank you, Anne, for bringing us together again. Thank you guys all, and thanks to our audience. And I'm always looking for ways to work with people to make people laugh.
I love that. That's the heart of it all. Enjoying your job.
Yeah.
Margaret Risley, who writes, she writes rom-com, she writes horrors. I love your diversity. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I really enjoy being here, and I hope everyone has a fantastic start to the new year. And yeah, I would love some work in anything, thrillers. I love doing emotional stuff, as Anne knows. Yeah.
Yeah, you can wrench the hearts. And Nicole Jones-Dion, you are a horror queen, and we love you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for putting this together, Anne. This is a great experience, and it's been a lot of fun. So looking forward to coming back next year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super, me too. And I'm Ann Kimbrough. I'm writing TV right now, and they're kind of comedies.
Excellent.
I'm kind of taking a turn, and we'll hear more about that next year. Yeah. Well, I'm still a thriller action girl at heart, so I'm not leaving it. I'm just adding to my resume.
They're the same. The thriller and comedy are the same. All it is.
They are.
All you do is all you're doing is flipping the response. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's all you do.
It's natural. I'm just being natural.
Exactly. That's what I mean. So that's why it should be easy. It's a good exercise, but that's all it. People kind of, I know it's two separate genres, but trust me, it's two sides of the same coin. It's opposite sides of the same coin. You either, if it's serious, it's a thriller response. If it's silly and funny, it's the comedy. That's it. It's the same thing.
That's it. Yep. Thank you, Erica. I'm glad you've reinforced that I'm doing the right thing.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Well, thank you guys. Episode 20 episodes.
Wow.
Yay! Yay!
Happy writing to everyone, and
Happy writing.
Us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
We'll see you next year on Screenwriters Beat.